Hello and welcome to another edition of In the Paint. I'm Rocco Nushi. Marissa McNeese will be joining us a little bit later for our Team of the Week segment, albeit in a virtual sense, but I will be flying the ship solo this week again on another edition of In the Paint. Very excited to bring you guys this week's show. We had a lot of action over the past week in Lorain County, some records being broken, some undefeateds going down, some unbeatens continuing their undefeated streak. So we'll go ahead and get into some of the action that we saw over this past week. So first and foremost, back on the 6th of last week, Midview's Nico Vidal, he became the all-time leader in three-pointers made for Midview. So congratulations to Nico on that achievement. That was what I prided myself on in my playing days, the perimeter shooting. So I always tip my cap to the shooters these days, and he now holds the single season and career record over there at Midview for three-pointers made. So again, congratulations to Nico on that. Also on the 6th, Columbia girls knocked off Black River. That was a battle of unbeatens at the time. Again, both teams going into that with no losses on their record, and it was Columbia getting the win 71-49. Allison Ross committed to play her collegiate career at Winthrop. She scored 28 points, had 13 rebounds, and 8 assists, so just 2 assists shy of the triple-double, but a electric performance nonetheless there from Miss Ross. Elsewhere in girls' scores, again, back to the 6th of last week, it was Firelands over Oberlin, 68-38. Keystone over Brookside, 48-27. Avon over North Olmsted, 58-21. Medina over Elyria, 67-34. And Olmsted Falls over Midview, 65-47. So we'll move ahead and look at the Thursday results from last week. So these would have been scores from the 7th. The Lorain boys team finally getting their season underway, and it's been a good season so far for the Titans, no doubt about it. And again, last Thursday, they kicked things off with a win over Shaw. 79-42 was the final there. Seth Wilson, how about him, folks? 30 points, 6 threes for the Titans in the winning effort. So a big night there from Mr. Wilson. Looking ahead to Friday's scores on the 8th, some of the key scores here. In the GCC, it was Solon with a win over Elyria. 67-60 was the final there. In the Great Lakes Conference, Lakewood with a win over Elyria Catholic. 82-76. In the Lake Erie League, Lorain, another win, picking up a win over Garfield Heights, 52-39, as the Titans continue to roll early on in the new campaign. Keystone with the win over Brookside, 57-32. SWC action, Amherst had a win over Westlake, 80-57. Avon over North Ridgeville, 70-66. And Avon actually just experiencing their first loss in the SWC, the boys team that is. They dropped one to Olmsted Falls, and I know for Coach Mike Fitch in his first season at the helm over there at Avon, very excited to kind of lead this Eagles program in a new but similar direction. I had a chance to talk to him earlier this season. He's very excited to kind of put his own touch on the program while building on prior success, and again, undefeated up until this past week. They suffered a loss to Olmsted Falls. So congratulations to the Bulldogs there, and again, the Eagles looking to bounce back after suffering that first loss of the season. Now it's time for our Team of the Week segment, as always brought to you by First Federal Savings of Lorain. Let's go to Marissa McNeese.
So much, Rocco, and hello, everyone. Welcome to my home, where this week I get to deliver the First Federal Savings of Lorain Teams of the Week. Once again, another really exciting week of high school basketball on both the boys and the girls' sides. We're going to start again with the boys this week. Lots of teams worthy of the honor, but it's hard to ignore a team, the only team in Lorain County to have not played a game in 2020, started their season last Thursday, has played 3 games already, and is 3-0. This week's boys team of the week goes to the Lorain Titans, starting their season on such a high note. 3-0, have beaten Shaw, Garfield Heights in a really exciting game, 48-47 over Cleveland Heights last night, a big rival in the Lake Erie League. On the road, the Titans pull off the win, their 3rd straight. They continue their season this week. And so our First Federal Savings of Lorain boys team of the week has got to go to the Lorain Titans. Now, on the girls' side, a lot of teams battling for the tops of their conference, and this team is one of them. We're going to give it to one of the top contenders in the Lorain County League, the Columbia Raiders. The girls beat Black River twice this week, giving Black River their only 2 losses on the season. It's a really competitive conference once again, and Columbia right there at the top at 6-0, right behind Firelands. Those teams meet later on down the season, but with those 2 wins this week, the Columbia Raiders are our girls' First Federal Savings of Lorraine Teams of the Week. Thanks again, everybody. Rocco and Kristen in studio. I'm going to throw it back to you, and I'll see you all in the Chronicle Telegram studios next week.
Thank you, Marissa, for giving us our First Federal Savings of Lorraine Teams of the Week. So let's go ahead and look at our WEOL broadcast schedule for this week. So tonight we have a Center for Orthopedics girls cage matchup between Olmsted Falls and Avon. We'll have another girls matchup tomorrow night, Thursday. That'll be Columbia paying a trip to Wellington to take on the Dukes. On Friday night, a boys matchup out at Oberlin as the Phoenix will play host to the Firelands Falcons. On Saturday, a trifecta for you on WEOL. Rocky River and Elyria Catholic girls square off starting at 12:30. 3 o'clock, Tim Alcorn, our good buddy, has the call for Midview and Mayfield. That game's at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Should be a lot of fun up there in Cleveland. And the nightcap will be Amherst at Avon Lake in an SWC matchup. Looking ahead quickly here to early next week on Monday the 18th, that'll be North Olmsted and Amherst, a girls matchup there at 6:15. And on Tuesday the 19th, Avon and Avon Lake boys will match up in that rivalry. So that should be a lot of fun there. And that will do it for this week's episode of In the Paint. Thank you to everyone for listening. Thank you again to our sponsor, First Federal Savings of Lorraine, for our Teams of the Week. We do appreciate that as always. And again, I'll be joined next week again by Marissa McNeese for next week's episode of In the Paint. So thank you again for everybody listening this week. We'll see you next week.